Thank you, ladies, for joining me in this reflection session. I'm looking for some honest feedback on how you feel about my performance in some key areas of my work. As you're aware, I'm currently working as one of the administration assistants in the main administration building. However, I'm looking to develop my skills even further so as to be of more use to the company. I'm hoping to eventually start putting myself forward for some EOI positions. I'd especially like to see myself working as the team leader for one of the administration teams in the building. And I've been dipping my toes, so to speak, in, just really wanting to improve myself. And I need to gather some constructive criticism, see what areas I'm lacking and where I can improve. So your comments are very welcome and be very helpful to me. Thank you.
More than happy to help out. You've always been a strong supporter of our team. I'd like to see you move up the chain.
Thanks, Kate. I've included this meeting a copy of my latest competency assessment of myself and key areas of performance. As you can see, I've tried my best to be realistic about my abilities and was hoping to see what you thought on each of my points that I've listed.
You're a little harsh on yourself, don't you think?
Well, like I said, I wanted it to be realistic. How about we go through it a bit and see what you think? So the first point there is time management. I know I've always been able to complete tasks on time, so that's why I mark myself as adept. But I know if I'm implementing time-effective strategies to help me benefit fully with this skill. What do you reckon? What do you think?
Well, everything I've seen from your work has always been consistent with time management. You're probably implementing time management strategies and you don't even realise that you're doing it. Yeah, I have to agree with Michelle. You have that down pat. You're organised, you don't get distracted, you manage to prioritise everything correctly, and you even delegate when necessary. I'd say that you've underrated yourself here as well.
Well, thanks so much. I really appreciate that. What about communication? I'm trying my best to communicate clearly with the team and work closely with others.
I agree. Probably just one thing is to always remember to keep actively listening. I know sometimes it's hard to focus on some people in the office, but I think you'll agree that we can all miss key information from time to time.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. I know sometimes I ask a question, but then don't really seem to let it sink in, when someone gives me an answer. I'll take that on board. I know anyone in the leadership role needs to always be listening and actively listening too. What about project management? Michelle, I know you've worked on a lot of projects within the team. What do you think?
You've worked on a few projects as well, so I know you're capable of product management. With your aspirations of being a team leader, I think it's important to keep working on your coordination of others. I know you don't get too many opportunities in your current role, but when something does arrive that requires a team effort in the future, why don't you ask your manager if you can take a lead on it? That way you can focus on coordinating everyone's efforts and planning everything out.
Thanks, Michelle. I think it's a great idea. I feel like I could up the skill level as I actively participate in coordinating a few things. I know management are planning on organising some team building exercises soon, so I might ask to be a part of that process to give me a little more experience. Now, I know I've rated myself, I should say, a little low on these next few points, but I wanted to explain why. Seems I've never really been in a team lead role before, or a team lead role, I should say. I've never really thought about being able to exercise the competency of negotiation. And I've never really handled any conflict resolution. What do you think? How could I improve here?
Well, I think that's a hard one to do in your current position, but that being said, you actually do it all the time with customers. You've got the ability to resolve any of their issues and you've dealt with negative customers before. You might be underrating your skills here because I can see how you competently handle issues. As for gaining consensus, I think Michelle would agree. As working in a team, we always find consensus and you always help in making that consensus. You've been a little hard on yourself here.
Thanks, Kate. I appreciate that. You've given me a lot to think about. I think you're right. I didn't realise how much of that I was already doing. It's given me a new perspective to look at.
As for that other point, Levi, I think your coaching is fine. You've helped me learn the computer stuff and improve my performance time and again. You're good at solving problems and you've guided me through a lot of work commitments. I think Kate would agree that your coaching is excellent too.
Thanks, Michelle. That actually makes me feel a bit better about it. You've both given me a great new perspective on how I approach these skills. I know the last one under finance is something I feel relatively confident in as I look after our administration budget currently. But that being said, do either of you have any advice here or any other skills or development I could do?
No, I think you've got that one well in hand. I think we could even bump it up to advanced because you've never mismanaged our finances. I think if you just keep working on what we've spoken about, you'll be fine.
Thanks, Kate. I really appreciate that. I appreciate both of your comments, and it's really helped me. I know it's not easy to give feedback, and especially constructive feedback, and you've both been so helpful, kind, and really helping me out. I really do hope I can continue to improve, and if ever you wish to do the same, I'm happy to support you in the same way you're supporting me. Thank you so much.